Hi, good evening, everyone. So what I'll be talking about is actually three things. I'll go through why energy is important to BT. We'll then talk a bit about what the journey has been for me over the last 4 years within BT, and then finally talk a bit about the platform that we are creating to take energy and carbon services to the market. So where do we all start? So when I joined BT about 4 years ago, our energy consumption had been going up and up and up at about 3 to 4% per year, driven by the huge increase in demand for data services, for more video and television on demand type services. In fact, our kilobits traveling through all the networks in the UK have increased by about 20% per year. So you're looking at an increase of electrons by 20% per year running through all the telecommunication wires and broadband lines across the country. That is all drawing and demanding a lot more energy consumption. And our energy bill was going up in consumption terms by about 4.5% per year. Our actual energy cost went up from about £70 million to £200 million in the 6 years prior to me joining. Currently, our total energy bill is about £250 million, and we all know how volatile the energy market is, and that's a key objective of my work, is looking at how we manage energy costs. When I joined about 4 years ago, BT was just at the stage of looking to set a new long-term carbon target to look at an 80% reduction in carbon emissions by 2016 in the UK and an 80% carbon intensity reduction target globally across the company. So that was the platform on which we had an opportunity to start delivering some change management type programs into the company. One of the first things we said we should look at doing, and I mentioned this I think when I was here in April, was we've got about 8,000 buildings across the country, and we thought, let's get a hit squad out there, and we'll get that hit squad to go to a new building every day. And they'll leave behind them a list of those things which are faulty or that can be fixed or making those buildings more energy efficient. And worked out that it would take us about 18 years to get across the whole BT building estate. So perhaps not the best change management strategy to look at the kind of accelerated targets we needed to address. So we had that opportunity to look at developing a roadmap and presenting to the board a number of business cases on how to achieve this big target that they had set. The real key to doing this successfully was the business case. So in my view, unless you can get yourself clearly in front of the CFO with a very solid business case of what you want to do on sustainability, whether it's carbon reduction, energy reduction, or looking at the broader piece of sustainability across all the ethical areas, unless you can get that business case clear, you've got no chance of success. And I brought into the team a number of guys who had the capability, knowledge, and experience to produce those business cases. We brought in some consultants from Hurley Palmer Flats. We brought in guys from across all different parts of the business. And we produced a series of business cases that would prove that BT could deliver about a £60 million saving per year for BT. So that's where we started. We got this team structured. We had a handful of people in the beginning. We got a team structured around producing business cases, delivering those projects, and measuring them. And we went about a series of programs to install a whole bunch of new technology, a whole bunch of new equipment that was more energy efficient, and installing smart meters and smart measures. We've now installed about 22,000 smart meters across our estate. We're rolling out about 100 buildings a month with smart controls. It's about a £17 million investment in smart infrastructure, and that's delivering about a £13 million saving per year for us. We've also switched off a lot of kits. We've gone through building by building and looked at where we can switch off equipment that's running that doesn't need to run, and switching off lights, switching off air conditioning whenever we don't need it. That saved us about £10 million per year. And then finally, we've installed air conditioning units, heating units, new boiler systems, new variable speed drives that are more efficient than the kit that's currently there, and that saved us about £12 million per year. So total right now, we're saving in the company about $35 million per year. Cumulatively, over 3 years, we've saved about $60 million. And we've got a target to hit about $60 million savings over the next 3 to 4 years. That's per year. And it's been that business case approach, being able to be clear on what those total overall savings are and what they're going to do for you as a company, that's been able to drive this change program through the organization. But obviously it's coupled with good sponsorship from senior level, promoting the program in all directions across the company, and getting those guys behind us so we can get their teams to deliver for us. And then finally, just to talk a bit about what we're doing in terms of, so how can we start taking this to market? So one of the great and exciting opportunities that is now starting to build and reveal itself to us as a team within BT is smart control. So we've installed this network of smart meters, 22,000 smart meters across our buildings. We're installing 100 buildings a month with smart controls. We've got about 1,200 buildings now which have these advanced wireless smart controllers looking at the temperature in every zone of the building, feeding all that information back to a central control room where we monitor the conditions, external to internal air temperatures, and we optimize the energy consumption of those buildings. So what we've got now is basically a very large broadband network that's not running data or telecommunication type services, but that's running energy services. So it's effectively an energy service network across all our buildings that's allowing us to remotely control, monitor, and correct the energy consumption of all those buildings. Now, our customers, we sell them telecommunication network services. So it's a core competence of BT to run networks, to manage the various telecommunication infrastructure networks for our customers. And what we're seeing happening in the marketplace is an increasing demand for our new energy network to start being connected to some of those customer sites, to start talking to our customers about how energy savings can be achieved through us as BT, helping them to remotely monitor, diagnose, and reduce energy consumption on their buildings to provide an outsourced management service to them. It's still early days. We've got some exciting propositions coming through, but it's showing that not only can we deliver bottom line value to BT in terms of cost savings, but it also is creating an opportunity for future revenue well, not savings, but future revenue generation for the business, and some very big opportunities are starting to be pulled together into business cases for us to take this out to market and find new ways to deliver this to our customers. Thanks very much.